Let's go into the mystery. Let yourself go. You got to open up your heart. Yeah.
Well, welcome to our Wednesday morning devotions. Thank you again for joining with us. We're continuing to hang out with Exodus chapter 19, just really looking at all the mystery and all that is invitational in the sense that God invites us to enjoy this amazing relationship with Him. We have all sorts of ways in society of acknowledging a new time in someone's life, or maybe a new direction for someone. At one time when people turned 21, they were given the key to the house. I guess that doesn't happen anymore. People, of course, will attend graduation ceremonies or passing out ceremonies and so on. Medals are given, stripes are added, uniforms put on, letters added to names, calling cards written, and so on. Of course, having what we've moved on to acknowledged and being set apart for it is part and parcel of life. It's important and it's significant. It helps us to come to terms with the level of responsibility that we're now facing, and of course, what others can expect from us, and the level of accountabilities that we will have to face. Let me read this morning from, again, Exodus 19, but this time verses 9 through to 15. Then the Lord said to Moses, I am going to come to you in a dense cloud, so that the people will hear me speaking with you and will always put their trust in you. Then Moses told the Lord what the people had said. And the Lord said to Moses, go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow. Make them wash their clothes and be ready by the third day, because on that day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all people. Put limits for the people around the mountain and tell them, be careful that you do not go up the mountain or touch the foot of it. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death. He shall surely be stoned or shot with arrows. Not a hand is to be laid on him. Whether man or animal, he shall not be permitted to live. Only when the ram's horn sounds a long blast may they go up the mountain. After Moses had gone down the mountain to the people, he consecrated them, and they washed their clothes. Then he said to the people, prepare yourself for the third day. Abstain from sexual relationships. The first thing that we find here in verse 9 is the way that God comes to affirm before the people his chosen leader, Moses. I think the pathway to leadership for Moses was a very challenging one. Firstly, being educated in Pharaoh's court, of course he would have had preparation for becoming a leader within the household of Pharaoh. Leadership that he would be expected to exercise. And then secondly, in that moment when Moses nails his colors to the mast in defending an Israelite from being beaten, well, whether that was a brave or a very stupid thing to do remains an open question. But in that moment, Moses was declaring where his loyalty sat. And then, of course, we find his journey into exile and his role as a shepherd. Out of that comes the call upon his life to go and rescue God's people and to lead them out of Egypt. All of this together, combined, was preparing him for this moment when his call to leadership would be made plain to this nation. So many of the Israelites would not have witnessed any of that, any of the past experiences that Moses had had. And so in these moments, Moses needs God to affirm him before the people that he is God's choice. And now at Sinai, that moment comes for Moses. God allows the people to overhear this conversation in the clouds between himself and Moses, so that the people can realize that they can trust Moses' leadership. It's an affirming moment for Moses as the leader of God's people. His responsibilities are made clear. What the people should expect from him are made clear. And the level of accountability is made clear. He will be ultimately accountable to God. And for that, the people should love and respect him. But of course, we soon find that this isn't all about one person. This is about the whole nation. Because in verses 10 and 11, we're told that God commands that the people should consecrate themselves. This isn't just about Moses, as significant as he is. This is about all the people. If Moses is affirmed in the eyes of the people by God, the people themselves need to prepare for their role, for their tasks, the part that they will play. And before they come before God, they need to consecrate themselves. They need to prepare. The nation of people will need to understand what their role is, what their levels of commitment need to be, that they too have responsibilities. And of course, they will be accountable both to Moses, but ultimately, just as Moses was, accountable to God. They need to be made aware that coming before this amazing and awesome God is to come before the holy otherness of God. Remember how Moses, in his first encounter of God at the burning bush, he takes off his shoes because, of course, he's on holy ground. Well, in verse 15, we find that the people are to prepare for this moment when they will encounter God. They're to abstain from normal marital relationships as a sign of their commitment and willingness to do the things that God is asking of them. They are told to come before God and wait. Wait for him as they come. Wherever we are this morning, God is, of course, there with us. In that place where we are listening to this now, in that place we encounter God. We don't rush into that place lightheartedly. We're invited to that place. But it is a place where angels fear to tread. So we need to consecrate ourselves. I guess this morning we could symbolize that simply by washing our hands and praying as we do so. As I come this morning into your presence, I come with a clean hands and a pure heart before the enormity of who you are. But let's be assured that we will always find a welcome in that place where we encounter the living God.
You got to open up your arms, oh, to the sun. You know you got so many charms. It's just begun. just what I say and do what you're told. And surely all your dirt will turn into gold.